Let me see. Good morning and welcome to another coffee chat with Ty, Katie, and Laurel. Hi. Well, this one is going to be a little different, as you can tell. We're sitting in Ty Morgan's office instead of down at Egret Hall. We heard that audio wasn't as exceptional as we would have liked, so we're hoping that doing it this way will help all of you at home hear us a lot better. While having it in here also means that we can't be live. So this is actually a pre-recorded show. So if you have any questions related to COVID and using that inquiry, we won't be able to answer your questions live. However, if you still send those in, you'll get answers within minutes from someone from our team. So go ahead and still feel free to ask your questions. Just know that they won't be answered on this live coffee chat. Today's weather will be a high of 69 and a low of 53. That should be due to the rain that we should get either overnight or early tomorrow. Well, I'll go ahead and turn it over to Ty, and he'll touch on some of the new COVID updates for this time.
Thank you, Laurel. And good morning, Cypress Village, and happy Friday, and also a happy weekend to all. Let me first start by providing updates on COVID-19 and how the strategies we have implemented here at Cypress Village are working. Let me first start with some current stats. The state of Florida currently has 15,698 total cases with 323 deaths. Here in Duval County, we have 557 cases, which have resulted in 10 deaths and 54 hospitalizations. A positive side on these stats, when we reported last week, the cases have doubled in 1 week. Very few have been hospitalized, very few additional have been hospitalized, and only one new death to report in over a week. Cypress Village currently has no confirmed cases to report. Staying focused and executing on our top 3 priorities and strategies to prevent COVID within Cypress Village: resident health and safety, our employee safety and continued employment, and strict containment. I'd like to update all of you on these strategies. First, protecting our campus ecosystem to the highest extent possible. I cannot stress this enough. Community isolation and social distancing continues to be a critical step to keep all of us safe, and we must maintain doing that. 2, self-preservation. Cypress has created a system by which all residents have access to multiple programs that will deliver or provide anything that a resident may need right here on campus, including medical care, either by a medical doctor or a nurse practitioner. If you do not have to leave, please do not leave. Follow the Safer at Home protocol, ordered by the Governor DeSantis, and less in and less out mindset. 3, sanitization and preventing germ transmission. Our staff are continually sanitizing all common areas and high touch points. In partnership and conjunction with our resident volunteers, we have expanded cloth mask distribution not only to all associates, but to all residents in both houses and apartments. These tireless efforts burned out 2 sewing machines and produced over 1,500 cloth masks for employees and residents and their safety. In addition to the 1,500 cloth masks, these resident volunteers produced over 4,000 disposable masks that got Cypress Village through a very critical period where we had very minimal disposable or cloth masks at all for staff as well as visitors and residents. Again, I want to personally thank all of the resident volunteers that have stepped up during this call to action. Thank you all for your efforts, and I am very confident that your efforts were significant in keeping Cypress Village safer. As most of you hear on the news, PPE, or protective personal equipment, gowns, masks, gloves, and face shields are near impossible to obtain. If you can't obtain them, you can't obtain them timely. Our largest national suppliers have only delivered small quantities of what we have ordered here at Cypress Village. To give you a perspective on that, our healthcare center currently needs an estimated 2,000 gowns to keep up with what we currently have in our healthcare center and what we're projecting over the coming weeks. Currently, we have roughly 100 gowns in stock. In conversations with hospital leaderships within Jacksonville, they are all having the same problems. Limited PPE supplies to prepare for this anticipated wave of COVID that they are expecting to hit Jacksonville somewhere in early May. Additionally, these hospitals have limited testing kits available. The kits are primarily being produced and allocated towards the hardest metropolitan areas that are being hit, such as New York, Atlanta, Los Angeles, and Louisiana. So I ask all of our residents to please, with a very strong recommendation, wear your masks whenever you have to have contact with anybody or if you have to leave for any reason. Wash your hands constantly whenever you leave your house or apartment. And definitely if you ever leave the walls or property lines of the campus. As I mentioned earlier, local cases are increasing by approximately 1,000 per day, but hospitalizations and deaths are not trending that way. They have remained very flat. As testing becomes more available, cases will continue to rise. We need to remain vigilant and not let our guards down even after the sheltering in place efforts cease. We will continue to follow local, state, and national health agency guidance and maintain very strict visitation restrictions and screenings. Protecting our ecosystem and the health of our residents will remain our top priority. Subsequently, keeping our employees employed and working. Again, I've reiterated this on multiple occasions, but I will say it one more time. The programs and services that we have made available to our residents, such as meal delivery, pizza delivery, packaging delivery, and medical services, have helped support keeping our employees working and providing them the hours and the income that they need to maintain. So please support these efforts. I would like to give a big shout out to our frontline healthcare employees for all they do every day. We are very grateful to all our assisted living, memory care, and healthcare employees. Cypress Village, led by Katie Amador, are doing several acts of appreciation, and I would like to turn it over to Katie and let her touch on some of these efforts.
Good morning, Cypress Village. As Ty mentioned, we have begun random acts of kindness and appreciation for a lot of our staff here on campus. The majority of them being over in the healthcare center or up in our assisted living and memory care. Some of these acts include this morning, the sales team and the resident programs team greeted all of the morning shift staff with breakfast outside of the security entrance check-in. That included fruit and muffins and other breakfast goodies for all of our staff. And tomorrow, before the morning shift begins, we are going to be providing coffee and donuts from Dunkin' Donuts to all of our morning staff. And that'll be between the hours of 6:30 and 7:30, which is typically when those staff trickle in and out from the evening shifts. So if anyone wants to join us from your balconies and wave to those associates or give them a round of applause, that would be much appreciated. We'll be sure to wave to you from down by the security entrance. Also tomorrow afternoon, during the hour of 2:30 to 3:30, we are hosting a smoothie and granola bar station for the staff that are leaving the morning shift and those staff that are coming in for the afternoon shift. So same thing for that. If you'd like to join us from your balcony and show your appreciation to those staff members, you are more than welcome and encouraged to do so. And then also next week, we are creating self-care kits for our nurses and CNAs. And these kits will contain items such as face masks and bath bombs, body lotion, and even little mini bottles of wine for all of our healthcare staff who are working super hard during this time. So if there are any residents who would like to volunteer to help us put those together next week, please reach out to me directly via email or by giving me a phone call, and we will accept a couple of volunteers to help with that. But those are some of the things that we're doing for our staff, in addition to a lot of the items that you might see posted on Facebook. So stay tuned for more information on that, but we wanted to include you all in on how we are showing our staff that they are appreciated. In regards to resident programs, I'll go ahead and touch on these items as well. We are going to continue distributing the resident programs packets every Thursday evening. Those will go to your door if you live in an apartment and to your mail kiosk if you live in a house. So keep an eye out for those. They will, as they have already, contain a listing of all of the virtual programs that are scheduled to play on Channel 266, as well as some other fun items. Some of the items that will be contained this week is number 1, an in-home scavenger hunt bingo game. And all of the details on that game will be listed in the programs packet. We also have included a Know Your Neighbor guessing game, information on next week's Make and Take, and much more. So go through that. If you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to reach out to the activities department. The Make and Take program will continue to be live streamed on Channel 266 on a weekly basis. And we're doing all different sorts of projects. Next week's project will take place on Thursday, April 16th at 12 p.m. and it'll be hosted by our very own Tiffany Bassett, and she's going to lead us in a painting project. And all of those supplies, if you sign up, will be delivered directly to you the day before the project is live streamed. So that'll be on Wednesday, April 15th. If you would like to sign up for this, there is no charge. All you have to do is call the activities office at 807-6224. We will put you on the list, deliver those supplies to your apartment or your house, and then all you have to do is tune in via Channel 266. I also would like to call your attention to the daily schedules, which are listed in the weekly programs packet. There are going to be a few new fitness programs featured next week, so keep an eye out for those. We've gotten tons of positive comments on all of the fitness programs we have shown thus far, but we are going to implement a couple more in addition to those. And we are also going to be showing a performance on Channel 266 by violist David Pedraza, who comes here typically on a quarterly basis. So that'll be listed on those daily schedules as well. And this is all in addition to all of the other programs and films that we've been showing. Just a quick reminder regarding the shopping trips. All of our shopping shuttles are still canceled at this time. So I encourage you to check out that store to your door program that Ty mentioned for any grocery items that you might need. If there is something that you need that is not available on that order form, feel free to reach out to Tiffany, Brianne, or myself by calling 807-6224, and we will be happy to help you coordinate delivery of those items through local services such as Instacart, Shipt, Amazon, or even Postmates. Again, the number for that assistance is 807-6224. Regarding library access, residents may continue to request books by calling the activities office. All you need to know is the name and author of the book which you'd like to rent. The activities staff will go to the library and check that book out on your behalf. If you live in an apartment, the book will be delivered to you. If you live in a house, we will leave the book at the concierge desk with your name on it. At this time, we are not allowing residents into the library. So any books which you request will be picked up for you by our staff. Some of you in the apartments and in the houses may have already received a special surprise card from a member of our Jacksonville community or even from a fellow resident. And if you've not yet received a card, keep an eye out because there are more coming every day, and we are distributing these as we get them to the doors of apartments and houses and hoping that these brighten your day a little bit. So if you've gotten a card, let us know what you thought. And if you've not yet received a card, don't fret, there are more coming. I'd also like to touch base on our plan for Easter, which is this Sunday, April 12th. There will be a special showing of programs available on Comcast Channel 266. So this will include a replay of the Cypress Village Christian Worship Easter service, as well as a special sacred music concert during the evening on Sunday for Easter. So keep an eye out for that schedule in the programs packet. We are also excited to announce that the Cypress Village Easter Bunny will make an appearance around the community this Sunday for Easter. They will be masked up underneath their costume, but we are going to provide a special opportunity for residents to have their picture taken with the Easter Bunny. This will take place behind the main lobby, outdoors, right in front of the lake, between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. this Easter Sunday. You must sign up for a time slot if you wish to have your picture taken with the Easter Bunny. We are doing that to make sure we are abiding by all social distancing guidelines, and only residents who live in the same household together will be allowed in the picture. And then those photos with the Easter Bunny will be either emailed to you, or if you would like, you can request a print photo, which will be available the next day through the activities office. So if you're interested in signing up for a time slot to have your picture taken with the Cypress Village Easter Bunny, give us a call at 807-6224. We think this will be a nice way for you to send some pictures to your family and friends and let them know we are doing just fine here at Cypress. I would also like to touch base on mental health for our residents. We understand after doing some courtesy calls that a lot of our residents are beginning to feel a little lonely and isolated, whether it's in their apartment or their house. And I'd like to assure you all that this is not just happening here at Cypress Village. It's happening across the nation. And citizens all over, even younger citizens, are feeling this way as well. And with that being said, we have reached out and found a resource for some of our residents. And this resource is for adults in Duval County who are 55 years or older and facing stress or anxiety due to the COVID-19 pandemic. There is a phone line set up through Memorial Hospital, sponsored by the City of Jacksonville and Elder Source, available to seniors over 55 Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Mental health professionals will be available to help you cope with any stress that you might be facing regarding this pandemic. They can also answer questions that you might have. The phone number to call for this free service is 904-702-2552. I just want to reiterate again, if you are feeling lonely, isolated, or stressed, please know you are not alone. This is a time for us here at Cypress Village in Jacksonville and even across the nation to reach out to our family, our friends, and even our neighbors here at Cypress by a phone call, email, a social media exchange, writing a card, whatever it might be. Check on your friends, check on your neighbors, check on one another. We are all in this together, and we're going to make it through. And that's all I have.
Thank you so much, Katie. In addition to that, our staff from the wellness clinic, from personalized living, and even sales and marketing are in the process of making wellness calls to all of our residents. We just want to check in, see how you're doing, see how you're coping. We know that being isolated in your house is not the most ideal situation. We are thankful that we at least have the convenience of our home, but being apart from our loved ones or not having access to the daily routine that we're used to having can be very tough. So just keep in mind that these phone calls are coming in, and if you want to chat, if you have any questions about anything, if there's something that we can offer you, a service that hasn't yet been provided, or if you have an idea that would still stay within our guidelines, let us know in that phone call, and we'll see what we can do and see how we can accommodate that request. So keep that in mind. We care about you. We're thinking of you. And if you need anything at all, please send us an email, send us an inquiry through the COVID app, whatever it is, we're here. We're here to listen to you and to see what it is that we can do to help you through this time. All of the updates that are going on today, that are going on in this live stream here, will be in the weekly update that is going to go out. You should have it in your mailbox if you are in your kiosk, if you are in a house, or it'll be at your apartment door. Also attached to that will be the menu for the coming week. And on that menu, you will get to see Sunday Easter dinner. And so just as a reminder, Sunday for Easter, it's a 1-meal day. And you'll get to see the items that are listed there on the menu, but I just wanted to read through some of them because these are good. We have a glazed Easter ham, the fresh catch of the day with crab beurre blanc sauce. That's a fancy French butter sauce for those of you who don't know. Herb crusted rib roast, and then some awesome au gratin potatoes, risotto, green bean casserole, and then even a deviled egg potato salad, which is awesome because eggs are really hard to come by right now. So I hope you all enjoy that, and you can order in using your menus that you have attached to your weekly update. Or for those of you who just want the Easter meal, feel free to call that in on the number provided on your menu. And you can order that Saturday evening up until 10 a.m. on Sunday even. If you're really just waiting until the last minute there, you can still order in your Easter meal. In addition to that, Thomas, the dining team, and then administration here thought it might be a nice idea to offer each household just a little something special for Easter. So be on the lookout for a nice little something extra to add to your side dishes. It'll be a little surprise on the days to come. So that's just a little thank you from us, and we know it's really hard to be away from your families and your loved ones, friends during this time. So we're just trying to think of little ways that we could try and help. Also, to cope, we have closed container alcohol sales in addition to the packaged alcohol sales. This is new. We're able to sell select mixed drinks. Moving forward, there was a change in the executive order, so we'll have some gin and rum, scotch, all sorts of things. That'll all be listed in the weekly update as well. So that's going to be a new thing moving forward, in addition to the big alcohol package sale that we're usually doing. That's all I have for my updates. Do we want to touch on birthdays?
Sure. Where did we leave off? Today's the 9th, correct?
That's correct.
Mm-hmm. So
This will be plain.
You found my app.
The 10th.
Where did we leave off last week, Katie?
The 9th.
The 9th?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. April birthdays. Let's see what we have here. Okay. All right. Tomorrow we have 2 birthdays here at Cypress Village. We have Joanne Brown and Eleanor Hughes. Wish them a happy birthday tomorrow,
today.
which is Friday, which is today. I'm sorry. On the 11th, we've got Joseph St. John, Bill Worth, and Antoinette Sutton. So 3 birthdays on the 11th. We have 1 on the 12th, That is Thomas Webster. Wish Thomas a happy birthday on the 12th. On the 13th, we only have one as well. That's Christine Cox. Say hello to her and wish her a happy birthday. On the 14th, we have Susie Alderman. And on the 15th, we have Jane Does, Harold Courser, and Harold Courser. So if you see any of those residents, wish them a happy birthday as well. And we've got 3 on the 16th. We've got David Ball. Happy birthday, David. Philip Meadows and Judith Alger.
Woo.
Happy birthday to all. And just to conclude this telecast here for our residents this Friday morning, I just ask everybody to really take these precautions very serious. We've created programming and services to meet just about every need you would have here on property, and we've remained staffed to accomplish that. So if any issues do arise, we discourage anyone from leaving Cypress Village or our ecosystem. This keeps everyone safer. So thank you all for joining us this morning, and again, have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.